Most people think the body fights cancer only when something goes wrong. They imagine cancer as an enemy that suddenly appears, and the only defense comes from outside treatments. But the truth is, your body is constantly working behind the scenes with powerful natural defense systems designed to identify damaged cells, repair problems, and maintain balance. And one of the most fascinating discoveries in modern health science is that certain everyday habits can help support these protective systems, including processes that influence how your body responds to abnormal cells. The good news is that this hidden defense network is not something you have to create from the beginning. Your body was designed with it already. You simply have to understand how it works. Inside every human being, billions of tiny decisions are happening every second. Cells are being created, repaired, replaced, and removed. Your body is not a static machine. It is a living ecosystem, constantly trying to maintain harmony. But as we age, certain challenges begin to appear. Cells experience stress from normal metabolism, environmental factors, inflammation, and the natural process of getting older. Over time, some cells may accumulate damage. Normally, your body has several protective mechanisms that recognize these problems and respond. One of the most remarkable of these mechanisms is your body's ability to create an environment where unhealthy cells struggle to survive. Scientists have discovered that cancer cells do not simply grow because they are powerful. They grow because they are able to manipulate their environment. They find ways to access nutrients, create new blood supplies, avoid detection, and continue multiplying. But your body has natural systems designed to push back. And one of the most interesting ideas in cancer research is something called anti-angiogenesis. The word may sound complicated, but the concept is surprisingly simple. Imagine a small city. A city cannot grow without roads bringing supplies in and taking waste away. The roads deliver food, energy, and resources that allow the city to expand. Your body works in a similar way. Your blood vessels are like a transportation network. They deliver oxygen and nutrients to your tissues. They help your organs function. They support healing. But cancer cells can sometimes try to build their own supply network. They send signals that encourage nearby blood vessels to grow toward them. This process is called angiogenesis. In a way, cancer cells are trying to build their own highway system so they can continue receiving the resources they need. But here is where the story becomes fascinating. Your body also contains natural substances that can help maintain balance in this process. Certain foods contain compounds that interact with your biological systems and support healthy regulation of blood vessel growth. This is one reason researchers have become so interested in the relationship between diet, lifestyle, and the body's natural defense mechanisms. I have spent years studying how the human body protects itself, and what fascinates me is that our biology often contains solutions that scientists are still discovering. The body is not helpless. It has intelligence built into every level. Your immune system constantly monitors your cells. Your DNA repair systems correct mistakes. Your body's natural cleanup processes remove damaged components. And your metabolism responds to the signals created by your daily choices. The question is not whether your body has defenses. The question is, are you supporting them? For many years, researchers focused mainly on treating disease after it appeared. But modern science has increasingly started looking at another powerful idea: strengthening the body's own protective environment before problems develop. This does not mean that a single food or habit can prevent cancer completely. Cancer is a complex disease influenced by many factors, including genetics, environment, and chance. But research shows that lifestyle choices can influence many biological pathways connected with health, aging, and disease risk. And one of the simplest habits connected with these pathways is something many people already do every day: eating a wide variety of colorful plant foods. It sounds simple, maybe even too simple. But behind these foods are thousands of natural compounds that interact with your body in remarkable ways. Plants have spent millions of years developing protective chemicals to survive. These compounds help plants defend themselves from sunlight, stress, and environmental challenges. When we eat these plants, we are not just consuming calories, we are receiving biological messages. Scientists call many of these compounds phytonutrients. They include substances like flavonoids, carotenoids, polyphenols, and other natural molecules. These compounds can influence inflammation, oxidative stress, immune activity, and cellular communication. And this brings us to one habit that may be far more powerful than most people realize: regularly eating a variety of whole plant foods that activate your body's natural defense pathways. Think about what happens when you eat berries, leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables, herbs, spices, beans, and colorful fruits. Your digestive system breaks down these foods. But the story does not end there. The active compounds are absorbed, transformed by your metabolism, and interact with your cells. They can influence pathways involved in protecting DNA, maintaining healthy inflammation levels, and supporting the systems that help your body recognize damaged cells. One example scientists have studied extensively is broccoli. Broccoli contains a compound called sulforaphane. Sulforaphane belongs to a family of plant compounds called isothiocyanates. When broccoli is chopped or chewed, enzymes inside the plant help produce sulforaphane. This compound has been studied for its ability to activate certain protective pathways inside cells. One important pathway involves proteins that help cells respond to stress. Think of these proteins like an emergency response team inside your cells. When cells experience challenges, these systems can help activate protective genes involved in maintaining cellular health. Researchers have studied sulforaphane in laboratory and human research settings because of its interaction with processes related to detoxification enzymes, inflammation regulation, and cellular protection. The fascinating part is not that broccoli is a miracle food. It is that one simple vegetable contains information your body can use, and broccoli is just one example. There are many other foods with their own unique compounds. Berries contain anthocyanins, the pigments responsible for their deep blue and purple colors. These compounds have been studied for their antioxidant properties and their ability to support healthy blood vessel function. Green tea contains catechins, especially a compound called EGCG, which researchers have investigated for its effects on cellular pathways. Turmeric contains curcumin, a compound studied for its relationship with inflammation pathways. Each plant offers a different message, and when these messages come together through a diverse diet, they create an environment that supports the body's natural systems. But there is something even more interesting. The power of these foods is not only about what they contain, it is also about the habits surrounding them. Because longevity is rarely created by one dramatic decision, it is built through repeated signals sent to your body every day. Every meal is a message, every movement is a message, every night of quality sleep is a message. Your body is constantly listening, and researchers are discovering that one of the most important conversations happening inside your body involves your metabolism. Because cancer cells and healthy cells do not use energy in exactly the same way. Understanding this difference has opened a fascinating area of research that reveals why certain lifestyle habits may help create a healthier internal environment. And this discovery leads us to one of the most powerful habits for supporting your body's defenses as you age. One of the most important discoveries in modern biology is that your body is constantly making decisions about energy. Every cell needs energy to survive. Your heart cells need energy to keep beating. Your brain cells need energy to process thoughts and memories. Your muscles need energy to help you move and maintain independence. But cells do not all use energy in the same way. Healthy cells are incredibly adaptable. They can adjust their fuel sources depending on what is available. They can repair themselves, communicate with neighboring cells, and respond to changing conditions. Cancer cells, however, often develop unusual metabolic behaviors. Scientists noticed this many decades ago when researchers discovered that many cancer cells consume glucose differently compared with normal cells. This phenomenon became known as the Warburg effect. The discovery was not simply about sugar. It revealed something much deeper. Cancer cells are not just uncontrolled versions of normal cells. They are cells that have changed their internal programming. They can alter how they create energy, how they communicate, and how they interact with their surroundings. This understanding led researchers to ask an important question. Can we support the body's natural ability to maintain balance by improving the environment around our cells? And this is where one of the most powerful lifestyle habits comes into the picture. Maintaining healthy metabolic flexibility. In simple words, metabolic flexibility means your body's ability to efficiently switch between different sources of energy. Imagine a hybrid vehicle. A hybrid car can use electricity or fuel depending on the situation. It does not rely on only one source. Your body has a similar ability. When you eat, your body can use energy from the nutrients in your food. When you are between meals, your body can use stored energy. When you exercise, your muscles become better at using fuel efficiently. This flexibility is an important part of healthy aging, and one of the simplest ways to support it is through regular physical activity and avoiding a constant state of excess energy intake. Movement sends powerful signals throughout the body. When you walk, your muscles release substances called myokines. These are chemical messengers produced by muscle tissue. They communicate with other organs and influence processes related to metabolism, inflammation, and overall health. Your muscles are not just machines that move your body, they are also an active endocrine organ. This is why something as simple as a daily walk can have effects far beyond your legs. A 30-minute walk does not just burn calories, it improves circulation, it supports insulin sensitivity, it helps maintain muscle function, it sends positive signals to your cells. And for adults over 45, maintaining muscle is one of the greatest investments you can make for long-term independence. Because aging is not just about adding years to your life. It is about protecting the ability to enjoy those years, the ability to walk confidently, the ability to play with grandchildren, the ability to travel, the ability to wake up with energy and purpose. And this connects back to cancer biology, because many of the same habits that support healthy aging also support healthier cellular environments. Another fascinating area of research involves a process called autophagy. The word autophagy comes from Greek words meaning self-eating, but this is not something harmful. It is actually one of your body's most intelligent recycling systems. Inside your cells are tiny structures that can become damaged over time. Just like an old machine may develop worn-out parts, cells accumulate damaged components. Autophagy acts like a cellular cleanup crew. It identifies damaged pieces, breaks them down, and recycles useful materials. Think about cleaning out an old storage room. If you never remove broken items, eventually the space becomes crowded and inefficient. Cells need cleanup too. Scientists have studied how certain lifestyle patterns, including exercise and periods of reduced calorie intake, can influence pathways involved in cellular maintenance. Again, this does not mean extreme fasting or restrictive diets are necessary for everyone. The important lesson is understanding that your body responds to signals. Constant overeating sends one type of message. Balanced nutrition, movement, and healthy routines send another. Your body is always adapting to the environment you create, and one of the most overlooked parts of this environment is the community of microorganisms living inside you, your gut microbiome. Inside your digestive system are trillions of bacteria, fungi, and other microorganisms. Together, they form a complex ecosystem. For years, many people thought bacteria were simply something to eliminate, but scientists discovered that many microorganisms inside your body are not enemies. They are partners. Your gut microbes help digest certain foods. They produce compounds that communicate with your immune system. They influence inflammation. They interact with the foods you eat. And perhaps most fascinating of all, they transform plant compounds into new molecules that your body can use. This means the food you eat does not only affect you, it also affects the ecosystem living inside you. When you eat fiber-rich foods like vegetables, beans, lentils, nuts, seeds, and fruits, you provide nourishment for beneficial gut bacteria. These microbes can produce substances called short-chain fatty acids, including one called butyrate. Butyrate plays an important role in maintaining the health of the intestinal lining and communicating with immune cells. A healthier gut environment can support a healthier immune response. And your immune system is one of the most important defenses your body has. Every day your immune system is examining what is happening inside you. It identifies damaged cells, it responds to threats, it helps maintain balance, but like every system in the body, it works best when supported. Poor sleep, chronic stress, lack of movement, and an unhealthy diet can create challenges for immune function. On the other hand, nourishing your body with whole foods, staying active, and managing stress can help create conditions where your defenses operate more effectively. This is the bigger message behind modern health science. The goal is not to fear your body. The goal is to understand it. Your body is not waiting for you to become perfect. It is responding to the thousands of small choices you make. A handful of berries added to breakfast, a walk after dinner, replacing some processed foods with colorful vegetables, getting consistent sleep. These actions may seem small, but biology is built on repetition. Small signals repeated over time create powerful changes, and scientists are continuing to uncover how these simple habits influence the pathways connected with healthy aging and disease prevention. One of the most exciting areas of research involves specific foods that contain compounds capable of activating the body's own protective systems. Foods that do not attack your body from the outside, but instead remind your cells how to protect themselves. And some of these foods are probably already sitting in your kitchen.